Test 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so you're going to go, you can control this like right up here. Go ahead, do it again.
Test 1, 2, 3.
You guys are live.
At defense, number 28, Eva Nelson. Her team partner is number 15, Lauren Weimer. The center is number 3, Adrienne Hansen. The wingers are number 10, Josie Van Hewitt. And number 22, Allie Schaefer. And the rest of the River Hawks. Now let's get started for your Aldrich Pioneers. In goal, number 30, Grace Zong. At defense, number 7, Casey Sundin. Her defensive partner is the senior captain, number 8, Ella Housing. The center is number 23, Jess Duckniak. And the wings are number 18, Chloe Marie. And senior captain number 14, Shay Stinnett. And the rest of the Pioneers, head coach Aubrey. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you all stand. Gentlemen, please remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to Hockey Night in Minnesota tonight, live from Aldrich Arena. The 2-0 Hill Murray Pioneers play host to the 1-0 North Wright County River Hawks. And what a game we have for you here tonight. Hockey Night in Minnesota, proudly presented by Kare 11. Other key partners tonight, Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. As well as St. Cloud University, Meta Sports League. And be sure to watch the True Hockey Play of the Game. At the conclusion of the game, that will be posted on MNHockeyTV social media platforms. Tonight's starting lineups. Some key matchups tonight. The Riverhawks, we say, come in 1-0. They have scored 3 goals in their first game. They gave up 2. Their power play is effective at 25%. The penalty kill comes in at a perfect 100%, and they're 1-0 with a 3-2 win over Coon Rapids Champlain Park. And the Hill Murray Pioneers come in undefeated, scoring 2.5 goals a game. They took down rival Stillwater 3-0, and then Eden Prairie here on home ice at Aldrich Arena 2-0. Their power play is at 8.3%, and they will start tonight in goaltender number 30, Grace Zahn. She's 2-0. She's yet to give up a goal. 2 shutouts so far tonight for number 30, Grace Zahn, and in net for the Riverhawks of North Wright County, number 35, Jaden Weiser. We're glad to join you here tonight on MNHockeyTV. Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11. Underway, the Pioneers bring it to the line. Here's Boreen. She dances across with 2 other wingers. Dumps it in front. Quick backhand attempt. That one's out front. Shoots and scores. 18 seconds in. Shay Stinnett takes the feed. And she deposits it out front. Stinnett, who comes in with 2 already, gets goal number 3 on the season. And what a start for Sean Reed. Welcome back to Aldrich Arena. 9:15 to go, and the North Wright County Riverhawks have killed off their second penalty and are back to 5-on-5 full-strength hockey as we approach the 9-minute mark. 1-0 the Hill Murray Pioneers on a first period goal here by Shea Stinnett at even strength. Here come the Riverhawks back out front. Out front, Jim. That one's in the pads of Jean. She turns around. She's not sure where it is, but it's out of the net. And a great feed out front. That time as the Riverhawks look for the equalizer. Number 13, Josie Brill, made a great play to feed it out front to the winger. Number 33, Izzy Cheney, and the sophomore that close to tying it up for the Riverhawks at the 8:54 mark. Here's tonight from Aldrich Arena. Thanks for joining us. Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11, the Hill Murray Pioneers, and the North Wright County Riverhawks in the corner. Brill tries to bring it out front in the blue paint dangerously. Handled around there, finally Dokniak able to get it back out, but not past Nelson at the blue line. She keeps it back in, gonna walk it down, chase down Main Street. Nelson shot, that one hits the pipe right off the left side as Zahn waved at it, and it catches the red pipe on the left side, and North Wright County with good pressure here, looking for the equalizing goal. Rub out onto the boards as Cheney took Dokniak out, no call. They're gonna bring it back in. Bareen's gonna bring it forward and just offside at the 8:16 mark after a great shift by the North Wright County Riverhawks as they put the pressure on, and a shot by Josie Brill, who rings it off the pipe. And that close to tying it up after Hill Murray comes out like a coiled spring at the 18-second mark. Shea Stinnett with the goal on a beautiful three-way passing play opened up the scoring for Hill Murray, and that's where we stand. 1-0 here as we approach the 8-minute mark of period number 1. Glad you joined us tonight here at Hockey Night in Minnesota, the first one of the year, presented by Kare 11. Halsey on the boards. She's pestered there by Schaefer. Tries to center it. Gets it out front now. Flipped out by Josie Van Kuyk. And earlier on, before Van Kuyk went to the box, 2 for tripping. We called about Van Kuyk. 2 goals and 1 assist in her opener. A 3-point night, including the overtime winner for her North Wright County Riverhawks. And the overtime winner put them up 3-2 over Champlain Park. Coon Rapids. And they went 1-0 in the season. A player to watch tonight, number 10 in the team in blue in the corner. Halsey brings it off the line. She's pressured quickly back there by Hansen. Dances back in there. Now gets some help from Stinnett, who came back. Horning now chases in the corner. Landkammer couldn't get it back out as Horning stays with her as well. Number 11 or number 21. Check that. Madeline Morrell out for the Hill Murray Pioneers. Morrell gets it, trying to flip it towards the net. Loose puck gets out, and here comes Van Kuyk. 1-on-4, dances to the blue line, can't get it by Halsey. He'll just turn it back the other way, and the Riverhawks caught on a line change, come back off fresh troops. That one flipped off the boards and handled by Jaden Weiser into the corner. Some bodies fly there, and the first penalty coming up tonight to the Hill Murray Pioneers. The Riverhawks will go to the power play in the corner. Walters tries to take it around, waits for the extra attacker to come on the ice, and now she's got it, and now it's touched up by Horning. And the Pioneers will go to the plexiglass prison, and for the first time tonight, we will see the power play of the North Wright County Riverhawks as Regan Berglund will go over to the plexiglass prison to her left. She's going to get an elbowing call at the 6:34 mark, and the Riverhawks with their first power play of the night and a chance to tie this one up as they trail the Hill Murray Pioneers here tonight 1-0 on Hockey Night in Minnesota. Hill Murray wins the draw, going to flare it back. Out of her net will come Jaden Weiser. She's going to play it up on the boards. Van Kuyk comes back for it. She's got a little bit of help coming now. Waits for Weirs to come up as Weiland gets the drop pass. Now back to Weimer. Back to Weiland in the corner. Back to the point. Going to walk the line. Now back to Weimer. Her shot blocked on the way through. Good play by the Hill Murray defenseman. That was Ella Top out there on the penalty kill for Hill Murray. Bareen and Shea Stinnett. They battle in the corner on the half boards. Van Kuyk can't keep it back in. He's going to get out to the neutral zone. And they'll regroup back there with 1:20 to go in the Riverhawk power play. Down the line they come. Good rush all the way through by Nelson. That shot blocked. Gets back into the corner. They'll set it up behind the net for Van Kuyk. Weimer on the half boards. Now Van Kuyk gets it back to Weimer. Tip back to Nelson. Nelson shot from 55. Zahn gets a piece of it. Deflects it to the corner. And Weiland down behind for Van Kuyk. That one dangerously out front of the Hill Murray net. But Dokniak on the shorthanded play dumps it up. She's got Barine almost center free. As Barine got behind defenseman number 28. Nelson and Barine dangerous. And now she's dumped up, and there's going to be a penalty there as Hansen trips up Barine. And North Wright County calls it back up. This one's going to go to Hill Murray, though, as Barine was dumped by Hansen. And this one's going to go to the Hill Murray Pioneers as the North Wright County Riverhawks get the extra attacker on. Here comes number 27, Annika Walters. Walks down Main Street. Maybe could have shot it instead. Looked to drop it to Van Kuyk. And maybe not a bad play either, as the Riverhawks will go 5-on-3 for 23 seconds. As Chloe Barine has gone to the plexiglass prison for 2 or less. She gets a roughing call at the 4:56 mark. And the Hill Murray Pioneers find themselves 2 players short here.
Minor penalty's been assessed to Hill Murray's number 18, Chloe Barine, 2 minutes for roughing.
And Barine gets roughing on the call. It's a 5-on-3 power play for the North Wright County Riverhawks. Deep into the corner. Schaefer back to the point, tipped on the way through. That one gets in, and they've tied it up on the power play. Up front, number 22, Allie Schaefer shot it low for sticks, and that one's tipped up front by number 27, Annika Walters. And the Riverhawks answered, and were tied at 1. And more importantly, on the first power play. So with Chloe Barine in the box for roughing, she'll be in for another 147. And the Riverhawks will stay on the power play for the next 1 minute 47 seconds after they tie this one up. On the goal out front by Walters as she gets goal number 1 of the season. And she ties it up for the North Wright County Riverhawks. All tied here on Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11. We got a good one for you already, and we're early on in period number 1. Into the corner. Another penalty coming up to the Hill Murray Pioneers as the stick got into the skates. Number 22, Allie Schaefer. And back to the box again goes Madeline Morrell for the 3rd consecutive penalty to the Hill Murray Pioneers. They go down 5-on-3 again. And this one will be for $1.28, as Barine still has that much left on her penalty. And another grade A opportunity for the North Wright County Hawks. 5-on-3, shot out front, rebound. Zahn gets it, gets another one. Can she cover it? Can't find it in the blue paint. And a good chance out front by number 3, Adrian Hansen, who had a chance at it. Now back to the point, scrambled, almost a break for Stinnett, who smelled a shorthanded opportunity. Now she picks it back up, kept into the corner, half boards. 4 minutes to go, period number 1, deadlocked at 1. Shot blocked on the way through by Housey. And that one's up into her equipment, and we're gonna get a whistle and a break with 3:56 to go with a face-off to the right-hand side of Hill Murray goaltender Grace Zahn. And out will come number 23, Jessica Dokniak, to kill this off on the 5-on-3 power play for the Riverhawks, who just got the equalizing goal by number 27, Annika Walters. And they look for the goal, head goal. We said the power play effective, 25% coming in, 1 for 1 already tonight. On the half boards, there's Nelson, far side, flips it over, looks for Weimer. In quickly after it comes Hansen. She's going to walk the line, go far side. Over to Rice. Rice waits, pressured. That one gets outside as that pass not able to be handled by Eva Nelson. They'll go back and reset. 20 seconds to go in the first power play. Halsey picks it off on the activation. She goes in, she's angled out. Hill Murray fans want a call there as she was bumped out by number 20, Danny Weiland. And with 10 seconds to go, what a job by Halsey here as she comes off the St. Thomas Tommy commit. And now they come down the other side. Van Kuyk trying to go inside out. She's stopped up by Skugman. And out of the box comes Chloe Barine. 21 seconds left to go in the power play. They try it again. Shot by Zahn. Saved to the right-hand side with the dangerous Van Kuyk on the board. She's got it back out front, right down Main Street. Shot saved by Zahn again. Tip to the corner. 16 seconds to go in the penalty to Madeline Morrell as the Hill Murray Pioneers trying to kill off this 5-on-3 in the corner. Dumped it back, they get it, and now they're going to turn and dump it back down, and that will do it as that one's going to get out and be played by goaltender Jaden Weiser. And out of the box comes Chloe Boreen, and finally the Hill Murray Pioneers, after 3 consecutive penalties, back to 5-on-5 hockey with 2:15 to go, period number 1. Here from Aldrich Arena, Hockey Night in Minnesota, brought to you by Kare 11. And the Hill Murray Pioneers won in the North Wright County Riverhawks won as well in the corner. Here comes Top. Far side, gets it up to Weiland. Weiland's pass too far. Icing is going to be signaled and called. And with 1:54 to go in period number 1, we'll get a breath. Here from Aldrich Arena. And again, Hockey Night in Minnesota, brought to you by Affinity Plus Federal Credit Union. Great products, people, and competitive rates. That's banking a hat trick. Learn more at affinityplus.org. Proud sponsor of Hockey Night in Minnesota here on Kare 11. Here comes Chloe Boreen off to the races. White ice in front of her, shot high and over the net. As she came down trying to get by Nelson, and the dangerous Boreen ripped it over the top shelf. Down the other way, end-to-end action. Here comes Cheney, digs in towards Zahn. She's pressured, centered it out front, picked up. Stinnett turns the other way. She's got help up the far side with Boreen. Goes one-on-one with Nelson, now cuts it back across. Beautiful play on the point there by number 35, that's Martha Efforts. And she makes a great play to stop that one as it goes through. Here comes Van Kuyk, a dangerous scorer for North Wright County. Out front, tries to dance through, maybe one too many moves, and back forward came Regan Berglund. Goes back up the other way. Hansen cuts off her lane, followed up there by number 4, Addie McClay, the 8th grader, and now in again comes Stinnett. Shot, rebound, break out front, scores! That one takes a weird hop and gets through the pads of Jaden Weiser, and Hill Murray finds themselves with a goal there, as that's goal number 1 of the season. And goal number 1, they dance for it. Ella Horning tries to pick it up, and here comes, they dance for it. Ella Horning tries to pick it up, and here comes the dangerous Van Kuyk. Breakaway, 100 feet of white ice in front of her. Van Kuyk shoots, that one saved by Zahn. 2 stars right there, one-on-one, and Zahn gets the best of her. Van Kuyk chases it back into the corner again. 30 to go in period number 1 here as the Riverhawks look for the equalizing goal. Back deep behind the net, Addie McClay goes back for Hill Murray. She throws it up long pass too far. Icing is waved off. Is going to come out front, pressuring in there quickly is Stinnett. She's back with 13 to go, and Wright County will bring it back out on the stick of Danny Weiland. She can't get it by the point. Skugman pinched back in with 6 seconds to go. And they turn and dump it back on. They're going to battle it, and that's how we're going to end period number 1. An action-packed period from Aldrich Arena. And the Hill Murray Pioneers got themselves into penalty trouble in the middle of the stanza, but get bookend goals at the 18-second mark by Shea Stinnett, and at the 14:03 mark by 8th grader, number 1 goal of the varsity career, first of many, by Emily Pohl, and she puts the Hill Murray Pioneers up 2-1, and that's where we stand at the end of 1 period of play. You're watching Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come when it's called. It won't wander up to those who do nothing. You have to bait it with the sweat you leave on the ice. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it, all in the name of the game you love. because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
Stotniak. And then the Pioneers get into penalty trouble. 3 consecutive minor penalties see them in 2 5-on-3 down situations. The Riverhawks cash in on a goal by Annika Walters. And we talked about that power play in the pregame show. 25% effectiveness. They go 1 for the 1 in the night as Annika Walters gets the tip in from a shot from Eva Nelson from the point, and the Riverhawks tie it up at 1. And just before the end of period number 1, 8th grader Emily Pohl gets her first varsity goal of the year on a nice play through the shot from the slot, and it goes through the legs of goaltender. Nice play through the shot from the slot, and it goes through the legs of goaltender Jaden Weiser. And the Hill Murray Pioneers restore a 1-goal lead. That's how we finish the end of period number 1 as we get ready for period number 2. A reminder, Hockey Night in Minnesota, brought to you by St. Cloud State University. Explore ideas, seek out unique perspectives, and embrace new challenges. Unleash possibilities. You can learn more. 11 in tonight through 1 period. Here at Aldrich Arena, the Hill Murray Pioneers look to go 3-0 on this young season, but have a Game Lake Conference leading North Wright County Riverhawks club to get through first. And they're 1-0 coming in as well. Looking for win number 2 against the tough Hill Murray club as we get ready for puck drop here from Aldrich in period number 2 underway. As Ella Housey takes the draw and puts it back in. The starting lineup back out again. Stinnett, Boreen, and Dokniak up front for the Hill Murray Pioneers. And Schaefer, Van Kuyk, and on the far side, number 28, even Nelson wheels it back out for her Riverhawks. To the line, can't get it by Stinnett, picked up. Dokniak's gonna turn, get it back to Housey, regroups in her own end, and long pass to Boreen. She breaks in alone, comes in down the far side, shot, scores! Check it, Josie Skoogman sent in alone on a great feed by Housey. And just like period number 1, the Hill Murray Pioneers come out like a coiled spring, and Josie Skoogman at the 34-second mark of period number 2 extends the Hill Murray lead to 2. Great feed by Ella Housey, the St. Thomas Tommy commit. Just took her time, patiently waited for Skoogman to go down the far side, hit her with a pass right on the tape, and in comes Skoogman, makes no mistake. Here come the Pioneers again, looking for more. Out front, scrambled in the front of the net, great. Try it again, turn it back around. Behind the net, they battle for it back there. Good hustle by Walters for the Riverhawks as she pounds back into the board. She's face to face with Petronik, and they stay with it deep into the corner. Out of the corner comes Morrell, but again, there's Walters on her. Deep in the corner, good forecheck by the Riverhawk forward, who's got the goal tonight in period number 1. Long pass, break was going, intended for Olsen too far. Now Hill Murray will take advantage of that and get some changes here, but not before the puck is taken up by effort. Pole picked it up and went right down Main Street and shot it through traffic and was able to find the low right-hand corner on goaltender Jaden Weiser. And number 32, Martha Efforts, is going to get up under her own power. Good to see as she took a shot in front of the net. And Emily Pohl, the 8th grader, with her 2nd goal of the night. She scored at the 57-second mark of period number 1. And Emily Pohl with a statement game already tonight, early on in period number 2, as she's got her first 2 goals of the year, and the Pioneers stretch out this lead to 4-1 as the puck goes back inside the Hill Murray zone. Quick pass up, that one gets to Berglund. Here comes Ella Horning, and as well number 7, Senden on the point. That one comes back 1-on-4 as the Riverhawks try to bring it back in under the power of Cheney. Kept in at the line by Shent. She's going to follow her own pass in deep into the corner. Now the Riverhawks will change the forward unit up. Van Kuyk will be on the forecheck back there against Casey Senden in the corner. Good pressure by Schaefer. Now Shent out front. Shot blocked on the way through, and a good one as Senden got her pads in the way. Now Van Kuyk walks in right down Main Street. She couldn't get it off. She had eyes, and she was stopped there by Berglund, and back the other way comes Boreen. 1-on-3 and just offside as her timing with Josie Skoogman was just off, and Skoogman, who got goal number 3, that's number 2 of the season for number 6 for the Hill Murray Pioneers, who coming in was 2-0 and not let in a goal. She's let in her first one tonight, but she's been rock solid. 42 saves on 42 shots coming in tonight. She's 5 saves on 6 shots, so a rock solid start to the season. Here's Barine in with the pressure. Behind the net, Stinnett comes back to help her out. Now Barine will bring it out of the corner. The dangerous top line for the Hill-Murray Pioneers. Dangling in the Riverhawks zone. Shot out front, save. Rebound up front. Halsey came through. She knocked down and bodies fly. All it was maybe held by Weiland. No call. And in the corner, Stinnett gets it back to Skoogman. Skoogman back to Stinnett. Tries to walk it out front. Tipped on the way through. And that one's going to be covered by Jaden Weiser, who smartly covers it up after the Hill-Murray Pioneers threw it all around the offensive zone. And a couple of good scoring opportunities, but Jaden Weiser, the senior, stands tall in the net, and with 12-17, we're going to face off to her left-hand side, deep in the Riverhawks zone. Wayland in the corner, picked it up, had an idea for the wraparound for a second. Now back to the point to Petronik. Petronik trying to go D-to-D, but it's picked off by Brill. And back the other way come the Riverhawks. Here's Cheney, dumped in. Jean's going to take absolutely no risk with that one, and with 11:58, she'll cover it back up. And again, Hockey Night in Minnesota, proudly presented by Affinity Plus Credit Union, one of our great sponsors here all year on Hockey Night in Minnesota here on Kare 11. Glad you joined us tonight at home. A great game between two undefeated teams coming in. The Pioneers 2-0 and the Riverhawks 1-0. But the Pioneers, with 2 quick goals in period number 3, have extended a lead to 4-1. That's where we stand midway through period. She got her arm up in the facial area of Madeline Morell, and she'll go to the plexiglass prison for 2 or less at the 11:10 mark. And the Hill-Murray power play 0 for 1 on the night, 8.3% effectiveness coming in. We'll go back for power play number 2. As Adrian Hansen will serve 2 or less for roughing, and the Pioneers will look to extend the lead. Far side. McClay gets it bound into the corner. That's Emily Pohl. She has the hot hand tonight. The 8th grader with her first 2 varsity goals, and she's out there on the power play looking for the 3rd. There's a long stretch pass. Great play intended for number 22, Schaefer, who just missed it on a good feed by Van Kuyk. Almost sent her off to the races shorthanded. That one errantly thrown out front. Van Kuyk's going to pick it up. She's just going to take her time and kill some precious seconds off the clock as Van Kuyk brings it back to the blue line. Tried to go in 1-on-4, couldn't get it by Horning, who then tried to send Pohl off to the races on a long stretch pass, but a good play again by Nelson. She's been strong all game. Here she comes in, shot blocked on the way through. That one got a piece of Berglund, as the Riverhawks have a good penalty here with some offensive push here with 1 minute to go in the penalty to Adrian Hansen. Back behind the net, Van Kuyk, as the Pioneers will bring out power play unit number 2 of the shift here. Dumps it all the way back down. Now Van Kuyk will take a breath. Over will come Nelson as well. And off the bench will come Duchesne and Weiland for the North Wright County Riverhawks. Here's Stinnett, ridden out well. Great defensive play back there on the point again, number 32. Martha Efforts, the sophomore, played Stinnett, the senior, perfectly there, and now Stinnett will try it again. Wind it back up. 30 to go in the power play. 9:40 to go, period number 2 from Aldrich. Here comes Barine. 3 of them come into the line. In behind it comes Halsey. She picks up the loose puck as she activates off her point. Now down in the corner. Dokniak tries to spin around, can't get around. Again, number 32, Efforts, who's been outstanding back there. She's now tied up with Barine. Back to the point. Skoogman shot, tipped through. Barine got a piece of it. Can't get it back out. Skoogman again, down deep in. Olsen, shot, gets it on net, save by Weiser. As Olsen made a good play there. And a 100-foot race with the Riverhawk defenseman got to it first. They keep it back in. No, now dumped back out on a good play by Hansen, who got up between the red line and their own blue line. And they left number 11, Ella Horning, wide open down the far side. And that pass, if it could have got through, sent her off. She had 100 feet of white ice in front of her. So the Riverhawks avoid a disaster here in period number 2, the famed period of the long change here, and it almost cost the Riverhawks. There's a shot, big save by Weiser. Scramble in the blue paint. They try to get it back out. They finally do now, and Weiser stands tall to keep it a 4-1 lead here and into the corner. Battle back out there. Senden plays her body over. She took out number 31, Roz Landcomer. Back the other way. In comes Berglund. Digs towards the net. She drove hard. Played nicely there by number 19, Ava Schnett. Back in the corner. Schnett with a body. Gets a little bump in the corner there. Number 27, Emily Pohl. She went down, the 8th grader. Those been a presence tonight. Back on the point. Here comes Petronic. Shot through traffic. That one saved, and that's a great save by number 35, Jaden Weiser. That went through 2 or 3 bodies, and Weiser stays with it. And she makes a save at the 6:59 mark here of period number 2. Her Riverhawks trail the Hill Murray Pioneers by 3. As the Pioneers have put 2 on the board in each period. 2 by Pohl, 1 by Stinnett. The other by number 20. The other one by number 6, Josie Skugman. And the replying goal, number 27, Annika Walters. And the first period is on the board for the Riverhawks. That one picked off by Barine. Stops on a dime, turns it back around, now brings it back in. She's got help, but 4 Riverhawks come back on her. Good play to knock it back out. Felling dumped it behind the net. Walters went back for it. Dokniak takes it off of her. Now Walters comes back, and the Riverhawks try to get it back off of Nelson. The captain brings it forward. 3 of them to the line. That pass is a little bit too firm for Felling, who couldn't handle it. Back comes the Hill Murray Pioneers up front. Stinnett trying to get it from Barine. Couldn't. Good defensive play again by Walters. She's been outstanding tonight. Number 27 with a goal on the offensive side and some great plays in her own den. Here's a chance. Out front shot just wide of the net. Might have got a piece of it actually Weiser as it went by on the shot by Olsen. Hill Murray sets it up on the cycle. Picked off as they go back behind the net by Weiland. She brings it up, and here comes the Riverhawks. Walters tried to leave it for Van Kuyk. They didn't connect on the play. And back the other way comes Hill Murray. Inside the line, breaks it down. Shot. Oh, that one's blocked by Skugman. She's battling on the boards there with Van Kuyk. Skugman goes down, picked up. And now Walters, after a long shift here, she's going to need a change here if she can get off. Candace Housey's going to activate off the point, come back in 1-on-3. Housey, long pass over. She's trying to get it to Morel. Team in blue, they just need a whistle. If they can get it out or somehow get it. A whistle here from the official. They can't get it by. Skugman walks back in, top of the dot. She's going to come in alone. Out front, chance shot just wide of the net. That one goes off the stick of Berglund, who backhanded it behind the net. Skugman out front, another one, and Weiser wields the glove off a Pohl, who looked for goal number 3. And at the 4:30 mark, after almost 2 minutes of that puck pinned in, Hill Murray gets a full line change on top of the North Wright County Riverhawks. And Weiser with a huge save and a big-time whistle needed so they can get fresh troops back out. And Emily Pohl that close to goal number 3. And Emily Pohl that close to goal number 3 on the night here. And her Hill Murray Pioneers still lead it by 3. Here comes Nelson. She activates off the line, comes in 1-on-2, tries to get around the far side. Skugman held her back up. Tripping penalty coming up as Housey trying to come out of her own zone, and Van Kuyk is going to get the gate for tripping. And it'll be her second minor penalty of the night. So she's a little too aggressive on the forecheck. And at the 4:15 mark of period number 2, the Pioneers will go back to the power play as Van Kuyk will serve 2 or less in the plexiglass prison as she gets tripping. And the Pioneers leading by 3 will go into power play tonight for the 4th time. They're 0 for 3 in the power play tonight. We said 8.5% effectiveness coming in. And so if there's one chink in the armor so far, Pioneers. Barine going to set it up at the half boards. Pressured back there, though. Quickly back for it went Weiland on the boards. Picked up. Can't get it back out. Kept in. That one from McClay hits the skate of Barine going back through. Now Weiland able to get it back out to the neutral zone and kill some more seconds off as we're under 1 minute in the penalty to Van Kuyk. Up comes Horning, 1-on-1, breaks it back in. Loose puck, scrambled, and right on the doorstep was Chloe Barine. But Jaden Weiser, who's been sharp here in period number 2, gets the big mid on it. And the lefty causes a face-off at the 3:01 mark here of period number 2. 47 seconds remaining in the Hill Murray power play. As Josie Van Kuyk sits in the box for tripping. Back to the point. Here comes McClay. She's going to walk in. Shot wide of the net. She had traffic, and that one just missed a low right side. Up the other way, they turn and dump it back down. That's Felling going to clear it. Going to give a chance for some changes to the defensive core here for North Wright County. Here's a quick pass, burst of speed. Here comes Berglund. Works it up the far side to Pull. Pull back to Berglund. Berglund tries to go right through coast to coast and can't get it back. 2-on-2. Short-handed with 20 seconds to go. They're going to turn and dump it. Smart play. North Wright County going to take this chance to get 3 fresh changes and wait for Van Kuyk to come back out as she has 10 left on her penalty. And it looks like the Riverhawks are going to kill off their 4th consecutive penalty here tonight and put the Hill Murray Pioneers 0 for 4 in the power play. Long pass goes up, who's intended for Horning, and out comes Van Kuyk, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. With 2:10 to go, period number 2 here from Aldrich Arena. Van Kuyk gets the long stretch pass. She brings 3 Riverhawks to the line. Tries to cut it across the middle. Shot, that one's high and wide over the net as John waved at it. She's only had a couple of shots here in period number 2. That one stuffed up well. Nice play again on the point. Nelson again strong on the point. Icing. Signaled and called as that one gets over the line. And with 1:49 to go here from Aldrich Arena, the Hill Murray Pioneers will see a face-off back in their own zone to the right-hand side of Grace Jean. Remember, Hockey Night Minnesota proudly presented by Meta Sports League. Check out their Meta Buttes NFT hockey project. It features a collection of 9,997 Meta Buttes. Learn more about it at metabuttes.com. On the point, Shent shot just wide of the net. Picked off on the way back by Petronik. Pressure down. Nelson, chance, shot through traffic. Big save by Jean as that one was tipped. She scrambles, and they bang around as the dangerous Van Kuyk on the doorstep. But a great tip by number 22, Schaefer, on a shot by Nelson, and Jean had to be aware of that one. As we said, not busy here in period number 2, but that's as good of a save as we've seen all night tonight by Grace Zahn. And she keeps it a 4-1 hockey game as the dangerous Nelson fired it with Van Kuyk on the doorstep. And Jean shuts the door. Long pass too far. Icing going to be signaled and called as that one intended for Boreen was too far. And we'll go back and try it to the right-hand side of Grace Jean again. As the Riverhawks look to close it to within 2 here as they bring out the number 1 line again. Hansen will center Schaefer and Van Kuyk. And we'll have Wider. And number 32, Efforts on the point. Here's a break. Far side, Boreen with Efforts, finds it out the front, tried to find Dokniak. Stinnett comes right up behind. Dokniak now up front, scramble in the blue paint. They can't jam it as it was Katie bar the door. 5 Hill Murray Pioneers came up and joined that rush as Halsey activated off, as she often does, the captain for the Hill Murray Pioneers. In the corner, 1 minute to go, period number 2. Back to the point, Skoogman shot blocked on the way through. That one hit Weimer. Dokniak stays with it as this first line for Hill Murray looks to set in here deep in the Riverhawk zone, pressured on the boards. Trying to get it out, Van Kuyk does, just to the neutral zone. It's been a long shift for her. And now Halsey's going to turn it back the other way. Van Kuyk gets a stick underneath her. Halsey breaks it right through. Van Kuyk again going to get called here as that shot gets through to Weiser. And Van Kuyk is still a little bit over-aggressive, is going to get the chop here as she gave it to Ella Halsey. And she's going to go back to the box for the 3rd time tonight. And the top scorer for the Riverhawks has spent more time in the penalty box than probably she wants to. And she'll get the slash here at the 35-second mark of period number 2. And the Hill Murray Pioneers will go to power play number 5 on the night. 0 for 4. That puck dangerously in the blue paint. Shot. That one's whistled high and wide over the net. As Dokniak had a shot at it. Check. That was Pole. Back to the point. McClay deep in the corner. Try to find her out front. Dangerously just sits there and hangs before the Riverhawks can turn and dump it back down as Weiland will get it all the way back to Jean, who's going to play it with 7 seconds. Dangerous. She gives it back out front. Gets out to the Pole with 2 seconds, and that's how we're going to end period number 2 here. It's all Hill Murray Pioneers in the second stanza. 2 goals, the first by number 6, Josie Skoogman, her second of the year, and then right after that, Emily Pole gets her second of the night and second of the season. And the Hill Murray Pioneers.
North Wright County 2-period total 10. Hill Murray 16, 2-period total 22.
And the Hill Murray Pioneers get goal number 4. They take a 3-goal lead into the second intermission. Shots on goal at the end of 2 periods by the Hill Murray Pioneers, 22 by the North Wright County Riverhawks, 10. But the score on the board as we get ready for period number 3. Hill Murray 4, North Wright County 1. We'll be back with the call of period number 3. You're watching Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
Your college experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
They say good things come to those who wait. But greatness, that's a different beast. It doesn't come when it's called. It won't wander up to those who do nothing. You have to bait it with the sweat you leave on the ice. You gotta push through the pain, smile through every ache, and suffer every shift. You gotta chase it, all in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your dekes and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, he can skate. Here comes Steves in on goal, all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
College experience begins with your dream. Your time at St. Cloud State will uniquely be your own, but your journey will be guided by our community. Be you. Be bold. Be a Husky.
Behind every world-class athlete, there's a team who takes extra care to support them. At Affinity Plus, we take extra care with all your banking goals, from checking accounts to credit cards. Our biggest victory? Helping you win in the ways that matter most. Affinity Plus.
And suffer every shift. you gotta chase it. All in the name of the game you love. Because greatness comes to those who take it.
Sniper's Edge Hockey is your one-stop shop for your at-home hockey training needs on and off the ice. Find the perfect start to your at-home training area with slick tiles, synthetic ice, or a rink liner. Or upgrade your home setup with one of our top-quality training tools to help you work on soft hands, all of your deeks and dangles, perfect your one-timer, and improve the power and accuracy of your shot. Find it all online and in stock for immediate shipping at snipersedgehockey.com.
What if there was a place where everything was hockey?
Oh, I hate to skate. Here comes Steve's in on goal all alone.
In Minnesota, there is.
Scores!
Welcome back to Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 tonight from Aldrich Arena in Maplewood, Minnesota. At the end of two periods of play, the Hill Murray Pioneers with a 4-1 lead over the North Wright County Riverhawks. Period number 2, all Hill Murray. 2 goals, the first of the 34-second mark, as Josie Skoogman gets goal number 2 of the year. And at the 14:57 mark, 8th grader Emily Pohl gets her second of the night and second of the season. And the Hill Murray Pioneers lead it 4-1 in a penalty-filled game tonight here from Aldrich Arena. The Riverhawks have found themselves in penalty trouble. 5 minor penalties, but they've killed them all off. The Hill Murray Pioneers also have gone to the box 4 separate times. In the first period, they found themselves in 2 5-on-3 shorthanded situations. The Riverhawks capitalized on one of them on a goal by number 27, Annika Walters, who tipped it by goaltender Grace Jean. And that's how we stand here, 4-1 with 17 minutes to go. On a great night for hockey and a good crowd on here tonight. Glad you joined us on Kare 11. As the Hill Murray faithful in your camera angle, and below us, the faithful fans from North Wright County. Here in droves as we get ready for period number 3. Again, Hockey Night in Minnesota brought to you by St. Cloud State University. Explore ideas, seek out unique perspectives, and embrace new challenges. Unleash the possibilities, and you can learn more at www.stcloudstate.edu as well. The Meta Sports League. Check out their Meta Buttes NFT hockey project. It features over 9,997 NFTs. You can learn more about it at metabuttes.com. We're underway here from Aldrich in period number 3. Long stretch pass gets up to Dokniak. She's just going to turn and fire it back in. Weimer will be first back to chase it. Dokniak pressures her, and they're going to turn and fire it all the way back as leading scorer Josie Van Kuyk sits in the box for another 1:03 here. The Hill Murray Pioneers on power play number 5 for the night. They're going to get it up to Dokniak. Now Housey activates up the left side, drop pass to net right down Main Street. That one's just whistled wide into the right post. And a good feed by Housey. Gets it to Stinnett, now in the corner. Hansen is going to get the loose puck, trying to get it back out, and does. Long pass too far. As number 22, Ali Schaefer had a look at it, but instead she'll go back, put fresh legs back on the ice as Weiland comes out. Big hit at center ice, and Dokniak's going to go for 2. Is inadvertent contact maybe, but they're going to call Dokniak for the hit, and Weiland shaken up as she took the worst part of that one coming across the middle. She and Dokniak in the trolley tracks at each other, and Weiland takes the worst of it. And Dokniak goes for roughing at the 16:07 mark, so that'll put us at 4-on-4 hockey for the next 32 seconds, at which point the North Wright County Riverhawks will go back to the power play for their 5th time tonight. But for right now, wide open ice, and out comes number 10, Sophie Olsen, and on the wing, number 21, Madeline Morell for the Pioneers, and up front, number 6, Lucy Felling, and she'll be partnered back there with number 33, Izzy Cheney for the Riverhawks. Cheney on the forecheck, tries to get it back out, now on the boards. Dumped off the top, down the far side. In comes Morell. She tries to drive it back in the corner, gets it back to the point. Shot from Petronik doesn't get through, and now going to be gloved on that one is Weiser. Saw it come all the way through. Petronik fanned on the first one and then got the second one towards the net. And with 6 seconds left to go in the Josie Van Kuyk power play, she'll have to come out of the box and put the North Wright County Riverhawks on the power play for the 5th time tonight. As Jessica Dokniak will sit in the box for another 1:32, and we're back to Riverhawk power play. Weiland's going to cross the line. Van Kuyk out of the box. She'll join the brush into the Hill Murray zone. Petronik goes back for it. Pressure back there by Weiland. Good forecheck by the Riverhawks. Trying to get it out front. They can't get it by Top as she stepped in front of it. Now Van Kuyk, she's in there on the forecheck. Top gives her a shot, and Van Kuyk stays with it. In the corner, tries to get it back to the point, gets it to Nelson. Nelson going to activate, dig it back in, try to bring it out front. Had eyes for a second, looked for the blue paint, and now smartly takes it behind the net. She's covered by Petronik in the corner. Now at the half boards, back to the point. Weiland going to shoot it through traffic. Tip, that one's in the blue paint. Scramble, Van Kuyk couldn't turn it. She was there, pressured by Petronik, and Jean made the save. And Van Kuyk dangerously right on her doorstep. They stay with it. Riverhawks in deep. Weiland, half boards. Van Kuyk back to the point to Nelson. Nelson tries to get it to the half boards. Back to Weiland again. She tries to get it. That one's picked off. And here's a pass on a foot race down the far side. In comes Olsen. Got a chance short-handed. Turns, fires it, dumps it back around with 14:29 to go. Dotniak with 20 seconds to go in her penalty for Hill Murray. And it gets back out to the neutral zone where Senden is going to send it back the other way. One more chance here for Van Kuyk. If she can get it back up. Bodies bang along the boards, and Hill Murray is going to kill this one off, it looks like, as Dotniak gets ready to come out of the box. And she does. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. So both teams, 5 minor penalties to Riverhawks, 1 for 5 on the power play. Hill Murray 0 for 5. And back to 5-on-5 hockey here from Aldrich Arena. Here's a foot race pole. Skated out after it, couldn't quite get to it. Back the other way comes Berglund, now Pole. She's got 2 tonight, dances towards the net, tries to bring it out front, gets to the blue paint. She's taken down hard there as she dug for the front of the North Wright County zone. And back the other way, here comes Walters. She's got the goal tonight. She's been outstanding. Number 27 for North Wright County. Dumps it into the corner. Deep back behind goes Schaefer. Looks for some help. Walter's going to give her some back there. Now picks it up. Here comes Schaefer. Off the boards. Van Kuyk picked up the loose puck. Turns it the half boards. Picked off. Now back to Schaefer. Pressured there by Housey. Takes her down. No call. The fans for North Wright County wanted one, but the Pioneers turn and dump it back out. Down the far side. Here comes Horning. Got some help there as she falls back in by Housey. The St. Thomas commit takes it back into the corner. Battles back there with number 19, Shent. Now at the other side, North Wright County will try to bring it back up. Schaefer pounded along the boards on the forecheck by number 13, Cottingham. She stays with it for Hill Murray. And now a stretch pass too far. Van Kuyk was off to the races as Hill Murray got caught on a bad change there. Petronic late coming off the bench as number 4, McClay, and number 7, Senden came off together. And the dangerous Van Kuyk was just a stick length away from being off to the races and nothing but white ice in front of her, but not able to connect, and it goes for icing. And we'll go back down to the far side of goaltender Jaden Weiser. The senior's been sharp tonight for North Wright County. And the face off to her right-hand side as Chloe Perrine steps in against number 33, Izzy Cheney. Perrine wins the draw back to Petronic, turns it back in. Nelson is going to battle with Perrine down deep in the corner. Cheney goes back for it, gets it to Nelson. Here comes the breakout for the Riverhawks. That one off the stick of number 31. Roz Landkammer goes it all the way into the zone. Cheney pins it back in. On the forecheck, Landhammer stays with it. Now Anderson comes in and activates. Cheney had an idea, but now went back, and here's the speedy Shea Stinnett. She got the opener tonight down the right-hand side. Tried to go back in, but Nelson with a good stick. She just closed that gap and got the stick in the lane and got it off the speedster. Stinnett, who got her 3rd of the season tonight in period number 1, at the 18-second mark to open up scoring tonight here at Aldrich Arena. Stinnett stays on it in the corner. Off the boards. Number 13, Josie Brill got it back out, but just for a second. Now activating off the point comes McClay. McClay shot Perrine. Saved. That one went through by Weiser. Perrine will stay on it in the corner. The tenacious Hill Murray forward stays with it. Bodies fly all over the place now. Some support comes back in from Olsen. Olsen tried to center it out front to Wayland too far. And now a foot race is going to be won by Senden, who gets all the way back at her point. And now she's going to wind it up herself. She gets to the blue line, tries to fake the shot, picked off, rebound, loose puck comes back in. Hill Murray drives it towards the net, shot Senden, rebound in the blue paint, and it's covered. And Weiser, under a gauntlet of 4 Hill Murray Pioneers, covers it up in the blue paint with 11:22 to go here in period number 3. And her Riverhawks down by 3 to the 2-0 Hill Murray Pioneers, looking for win number 3. We said the Pioneers came in off wins over Stillwater and Eden Prairie for their 2 victories, and the Riverhawks with a 3-2 overtime win over Coon Rapids Champlain Park in the battle here of 2 undefeateds here tonight in Hockey Night in Minnesota, brought to you by Kare 11. Just offside, carried in as Senden was in just a hair before on the far side Sophie Olsen could evacuate the zone, and we're going to face off just outside the North Wright County face-off dot. We'll get fresh changes for both teams as out comes Josie Van Kuyk tonight. She's been quiet on the scoreboard, 3 minor penalties, and she's been aggressive, but yet to hit the board. As we said, she had the overtime winner in game number 1, 2 on the night for her North Wright County Riverhawks. Behind the net, they battle for it. Emily Pohl, she's got 2 on the game. Dumps it back. Here's a foot race. Van Kuyk face to face with Skoogman, and Skoogman's going to get there just a hair before. Van Kuyk chases her back into the own zone. Skoogman comes out, long pass, way too far, as she had tried to get it up there to Ellen Horning. Good idea. Just a little bit heavy on the pass, and that one's going to cost him 200 feet. And we'll go down to the far left-hand side of goaltender Grace Zhang. She hasn't been busy tonight, but when she has had and made the save, she's made him. A couple of key saves in period number 2. And kept this a 3-goal Hill Murray advantage. Face-off is won cleanly by Hill Murray on the boards. Stinnett tried to chip it out. Dotniak was there. Cut back in. Here's a chance off the boards. Shent tries to drive to the net. Gets to the blue paint. Saves Young. Rebound out front. And she couldn't quite get it there as Weiland danced in the blue paint. Shot by Nelson. Fired just wide. Weiland stays on as the Riverhawks look to put some pressure on here. Down by 3 in the corner. Weiland stays with it. Now Housey comes off the boards. Big bump on the boards as in comes Walters, and lets her presence be known for the Riverhawks off the boards. Here comes Nelson. Tried to pick it up. Boreen dangerously gets it for Hill Murray as the play gets a little scrambly around the Riverhawks blue line. And now Housey's going to take it back. The captain winds it back up. Gives it to Boreen. 3 Pioneers to the line. Boreen shot save. Rebound up front. Blue paint scrambled. And Housey came in like a freight train looking for that rebound. Boreen scrambling. The puck sits in the skates of Stinnett. Boreen picks it back up. Hill Murray looking for goal number 5. But Walters stops it and turns it back inside. Here comes Weimer up the other side to Nelson. She's just going to smartly fire it down the ice for icing as she felt the pressure in the Riverhawks zone as the number 1 line for Hill Murray all over the front of the Riverhawks net. Ella Housey came through, almost found it in the blue paint. Chloe Boreen with a shot, and Weiser stands tall and keeps it a 4-1 game with 9:27 to go here on Hockey Night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 from Aldrich Arena. We're glad you joined us tonight here for this one. It's been a good one so far tonight between the Pioneers and the Riverhawks. Efforts. Long pass up was intended. Got a little too far for her intended winger. Van Kuyk had a play at it. Now up the boards. In comes Olsen. 1-on-1 on the far side. Shot saved by Weiser, and she's going to get it. Good defensive play as well by Martha Efforts as she came back down. Olsen drove towards the net. Efforts just absolutely cut off that attack lane. And Weiser came out, cut off the angle, gave Olsen nothing to shoot at. And she makes the save. We said shots on goal at the end of 2 periods of play were 22-10 in favor of Hill Murray. And Weiser's had 5 by my count in period number 3. All good opportunities as well. She's been sharp in the net tonight for the North Wright County Riverhawks. 8:50 to go in this one. They need to get back into it. They trail by 3, and the Hill Murray Pioneers get it back over the line looking for more. Shent goes D to D to Nelson. Long pass picked up the middle. Here's Hansen. Tries to get it to the neutral zone. The Pioneers just content to sit back in that trap and clog it up. There's Van Kuyk. She can't get it by top. Again, they'll throw it the other way. Now Van Kuyk's going to turn, dump it back in on Jean. They're going to make full sail changes here to the North Wright County forward line. Off the bench, Cheney comes in. She lets her presence be known. Petronik activates. Now Top comes off the points as both of the Pioneers defensemen get down deep behind the red line. Now Petronik will recover back after the cover by the Hill Murray forwards, and they'll keep it there on the half boards. Landcamer couldn't get it out. Gets back towards the net. Chasing it into the corner goes Bartholomew. Now Petronik is going to turn and hammer it back around the boards. Burst of speed into the corner comes Lauren Cottingham. She's able to keep it back in. Now Pohl, chance out front, shot off the crossbar and down. That close to the hat trick for Pohl, who went top shelf. And she's an inch away from the hats flying here, but it remains a 4-1 Hill Murray lead. Pohl's going to chase after it back in the corner again. Bodies down again as Hill Murray picks up the physicality late here in the 3rd period. Off the front, here comes Horning. Shot straight through traffic, scores. Ella Horning puts goal number 5, and this line was a buzzsaw. And after Pohl rings one off the crossbar, and that line is going to get rewarded. And they're going to stay out here. That one gets through all the way to Weiser. She's going to cover it up. And we're going to face off with 7:02 to go, and the Riverhawks have dug themselves a hole now. They trail by 4. And the clock, the enemy of the visitors here tonight to Aldrich Arena.
Single assist, number 27, Emily Cole.
Emily Pohl gets her 3rd point of the night. For the 8th grader, an impressive home debut here for the Pioneers on Hockey Night in Minnesota on Kare 11. One she's going to want to watch back tomorrow on the Kare 11 replay here of her impressive performance tonight for the 8th grader. Here comes Walters down the far side. She's pinched back in by Halsey. Pohl was also in pursuit. Halsey's going to battle it back into the corner. Horning goes in with a burst of speed, but Halsey picks it up out of trouble. Here comes the senior captain. 2-on-2 to the line. Got Pohl with her. Halsey tries to cut inside out, stays with it. Dancing around 3 or 4 Riverhawks and stays with it. Leaves it up to Skoogman. Takes it behind the net. Skoogman sees Boreen coming in. Now back to the point. Stinnett plays give and go with Skoogman. Far side now over to Halsey. Halsey's going to shoot it from 35. Tipped up from front. Big save by Weiser. As Boreen danced out front, she and Halsey had that connection in front. A shot for sticks, and Boreen tipped it back up, and Weiser makes a great save at the 6:01 mark to keep that one in front of her, as the dangerous Boreen got a lot of it. And Weiser stands tall. 6:01 to go. 3rd period here from Aldrich Arena. A Hockey Night in Minnesota. Week number 1. We hope you join us all year on the Kare 11 Game of the Week. Boreen pinched back out in the corner, back behind the net. Goes Weimer. On the boards. Skoogman pinches back in, trying to find Dokniak. Now Boreen goes back, and Stinnet's there as well. As the Pioneers continue the offensive forecheck here. Stinnett comes out of the corner. Back to Skoogman. Skoogman going to shoot it through traffic. Tipped all the way through. Just missed the right post. Dokniak tipped it. It just went wide. Back to the point. Halsey as the Pioneers continue the pressure. Skoogman, far side. Boreen, backhander. Shot save. Big save by Weiser, and she's down. And Boreen shows some frustration as she and Van Kuyk exchange some pushes there. In the ever dangerous Boreen has 2 or 3 good chances on that shift. Not able to get one in as the Pioneers move the puck around the offensive zone. Effectively get 4 or 5 shots there on that shift alone. And Jaden Weiser tested often and stands tall for the Riverhawks in net. Weiland on the boards to Walters. Walters looks for the break. Felling comes down 1-on-3. Shot just whistled wide of the right post as she looked for the corner on Zahn. Kept in at the point. Felling's got it again. Chance couldn't get the handle on it though. Now she'll go back into the corner and fight for it there. On the board, here comes Top. Off her defensive position, activates. Trip coming up as the stick got in the skates. Sienna Bartholomew tripped up her player and over to the bench for the 6th attacker. Comes North Wright County. That one's touched up by Engelhart, and over to the boards will go 9th grader Sienna Bartholomew, and she'll serve 2 for tripping, and that will be the 6th minor penalty of the night for the Hill Murray Pioneers. The North Wright County Hawks, Riverhawks, 1 for 5 on the power play. Desperately need one here. They got 4:33 to go in period number 3, and they trail the powerhouse Hill Murray Pioneers by 4. Nelson cleanly, the draw gets back to her. Now Weiland, back to Nelson. Shot tipped through, didn't get almost there, but blocked by Horning, I believe, on the way through. Maybe Senden got a piece of it as well. In the corner, Van Kuyk, she's dangerous. 2 goals, leads the team in scoring. Shot Nelson, saved by Jean. She saw that one and directed it well to the corner. Behind the net, they set it back up. Here's Weimer, half boards. Weiland out front, shot. Jean waves the leather, and there makes the save. Good clear out by the Hill Murray defense. Number 4, McClay, and number 7, Casey Senden, let her see it all the way, and a good shot and a good setup there in the first 30 seconds of this power play by the Riverhawks as they pass it around the perimeter and get a couple of shots on Jean, who has to be good to make both of those saves, and now they fire it all the way back down on the draw. The clock under 4 minutes to go here from Aldrich Arena. Dangerously, Boreen's got it shorthanded. The goaltender's out of the net, shoots and scores. Shorthanded goal as Weiser got caught out of the net as she tried to play the puck, and Boreen came back quickly, passed it out front to Halsey, and the Hill Murray Pioneers, who have been 0 for 5 tonight on the power play, find a shorthanded goal for goal number 6 at the 3:49 mark.
And Ella Halsey gets a nice feed from Chloe Boreen, and the Pioneers strike short-handed to take a commanding 6-1 lead with 3:49 to go. And still 1:14 to go here on the Riverhawks power play. Here's Walters. Picked off by Boreen.
Duchesne turns, dumps it back in. Johns is going to play it behind her own net. Back forward goes Skugman. She gets it out to Boreen. She had an eye as Boreen broke the zone and was looking for pay dirt. That one broken up nicely by Efforts into the corner. Schaefer goes down in a heap. Back there is Felling. She's going to help out. Skugman back there for Hill Murray, taking double duty. And she battles two Riverhawks back in the corner. Back to Efforts. Shot wide of the net. Halsey activates off her point. She goes into the corner. Felling's there as well. Now a foot race to the far side. Efforts is going to get there first, keep it in. Good hustle play, but she can't control it. And out comes Boreen. 2-on-1 shorthanded offside. On the other side is Olsen. Couldn't hold up her speed. And as Boreen came down, Olsen just a hair offside. And with 19 seconds to go in the penalty to Sienna Bartholomew, the Hill Murray Pioneers have put one on the board shorthanded, and with 2:52 to go here in this one, have blown it wide open. And they lead this one 6-1 as they look for win number 3 on this young season. Here comes Nelson activating up for the Riverhawks. Shot blocked through traffic, hit top. But Nelson will stay with it deep in the corner. Tries to bring it out front. Nice move. She was one move away from getting into the blue paint. And I think Top got a piece of her right arm as she tried to make that move. And it's Grace Jean there to cover it up. 3 seconds to go in the power play to Bartholomew. She'll come out of the box, and the Pioneers will be back to 5-on-5 hockey here with 2:32 to go, and are leading this one 6-1. Nelson shot from the point, blocked. Bartholomew comes over to the bench, off the boards in a hurry comes Horning. Kept in by Hansen. Going to walk it back around. Shot from a bad angle. Jean's got it. No rebound, and they'll cover it up front as Petronic will look to push Van Kuyk out of the way. And Grace Jean, again, not only makes the save, but no rebound comes out from the Pioneers goaltender, who was 2-0 to start the year. Looks to go 3-0 tonight for number 30 for the team in white. Face off with 2:20 to go. Hansen shot from the point. One-timer is wide. Goes back into the Hill Murray zone. Good play again. There's Nelson. She's got it. Pressured there by Emily Pohl. Back down behind the net now. McClay leaves it on the boards. Trying to get it to Olsen. Goes back the other way behind the net. There's Cheney. Back to the point. Fired towards the net. Tip through. Jean's got it. Rebound out front. Right through the blue paint came number 31 Landcamer. She looked for the puck, but Jean got the mitt on top of it just before Landcamer could get there. And a good pressure there by the Riverhawks. Comes up empty, 1:35 to go. And a face-off deep in the Hill Murray zone. Landcamer drops it back to the point. In the center, Landcamer's got a shot blocked on the way through. Another chance. That one gets out. Number 5, Karis Weiland dumps it back to the neutral zone for Hill Murray. 1:22 to go, period number 3 here on Hockey Night in Minnesota. From Aldrich Arena, it's been all Hill Murray Pioneers. They lead it 6-1. In comes Landcamer into the corner. Cheney helps her out. Landcamer stands with it. Look for the centering pass. Now back to Cheney. She tried to go far side to number 13. Josie Brill couldn't get there. You hear the public address announcer call. 1 minute to go here from Aldrich Arena. And the Pioneers healthily out front by 5 goals here. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. And the Pioneers have 5 at even strength, 1 shorthanded, and they lead 6-1 here tonight on home ice. That one gets to the blue line. Landcamer wasn't able to get it deep. Turned and dumped back in. Bartholomew is going to turn and fire it back in. 30 to go in this one. Back deep behind the net. Efforts. Coughs it up. Hill Murray comes forward. Dumped on the way through. No call. The Hill Murray crowd with a gasp on the far side here in our camera angle. As in came number 18, Chloe Boreen. She went vertical as she was dumped up. And we'll get a face-off. Check it. It was number 13, Laura Cottingham, who made a great inside-out move there. And Cottingham tripped up with no call. We'll get a face-off deep in the Riverhawks zone, 15 to go in this one. In comes Skoogbench, fired it just wide of the net. Cottingham planted in the blue paint. Housey off the board, 7 to go here. Tries to try one more chance inside. Dumps it back into the corner. They're going to battle back there, and Anderson's going to turn it around. And that's how we're going to end this one on the first hockey night in Minnesota, presented by Kare 11 from Aldrich Arena. The final score, the Hill Murray Pioneers win this one 6-1 over the Lake Conference North Wright County Riverhawks. Tonight, true hockey player of the game will be Emily Pohl, the 8th grader, with 2 goals and 1 assist. 3 points tonight for number 27 for the Hill Murray Pioneers, who put on a show in front of her home crowd here tonight. And the 8th grader with a 3-point night will be our true hockey player of the game. And he'll be posted tomorrow on all the MNHockey.tv social media platforms. Congratulations to Emily Pohl and her Hill Murray Pioneers on a dominant victory tonight. The Pioneers go to 3-0 on the season. The North Wright County Riverhawks fall to 1-1. And we'll call it a night. Thanks for joining us here at Minnesota Hockey Night presented by Kare 11. Final score, Hill Murray Pioneers 6 and North Wright County Riverhawks 1.